Hi, welcome back. I'm Bud Churchward. In this video, we're going to talk about programming and setting up soft macros for our Mr. Rags keyer. Stick around. Mr. Rags is a keyer that you can build yourself. It's all simple, easy to put together, through-hole construction, comes with a fully programmed microcontroller chip to do all the tricks and things that you would want to do with your Mr. Rags keyer. You'll recall in the last video we talked about hard macros. You'll see them here. When we want to send a macro, we queue it up with a couple beeps on the function key, and then we send the first letter of the macro. The first letter of these macros are all C, Q, N, 7, H, V as in Victor, and S. When we want to set up soft macros, these are ones that we create and write ourselves. We cannot start a soft macro with any of those letters. Let's say I want to set up a soft macro to tell what radio I'm using. With 10 beeps, we get into configuration mode. Now I'm going to use 2 beeps to select user macros. 1 beep to set our first macro. Now all I have to do is send the text. I'm going to start this macro with the letter R. R will be the segue that starts playing this macro when we're on the air. 2 beeps for a space. Three beeps for a backspace when I make an error. And now 1 beep to store it in Mr. Rags EEPROM. Let's go 1 beep, go back to Mr. Rags and give it a try. Watch, I'll queue up the macro with 2 beeps on the function key and then send only the letter R. You could store up to 9 macros, and each macro can have as many as 90 characters in it. So you can get real creative. Remember, the first character of your macro is the segue. It's the character you're going to send after the macro prompt. But what if you want to send 2 macros that start with the same character? You can do that. Let me show you. I've already pre-recorded a few extra macros here for this example. Let's take a look. I'll enter 2 beeps and show you the macros that I've already recorded. We've got a rig. I also put in one about my antenna and a description of my QTH. Notice these next 2 both start with the letter I. Before I demonstrate that, let's navigate a few menus here, and let's increase the speed so you don't have to wait so long to watch the code and the characters go by. 6 beeps in either CQ mode or QSO mode will put you in a spot where you can use the paddles to adjust your key or speed. When you get it where you want it, just push one beep and it'll be set. Now let's queue up those macros. The first time I set up an I, it will send the first macro string that started with the letter I. Now, if I queue up the I again, it will send the second string that starts with the letter I. So if you set up your macros with that in mind and plan the order in which you would typically want to send your strings, you can set multiple macros that begin with the same letter. Okay, let's say you want to create a macro that includes the contact's name in it. Say you want to tell them that you've got good solid copy and use the contact's name in that macro. We're going to do that with what I call tokens. Tokens are like variables. They are single lowercase letters that we insert in the macro, and there are 5 of them. Here they are up here. We've got C for your contact's call. We've got N for the name, M for your call sign, and H for your name. Think of H as in handle. I had to come up with something that was unique and not already in use. And finally, Q for the QTH. 2 beeps to edit user macros. Let's see what number we want. Looks like 6 is empty, so I'll go 6 beeps. And we can start entering our macro. I'm going to start with the letter G. Okay, so now we got to enter the token. So we do that by going 4 beeps. It tells us to insert the token, and the one we want is the letter N for his name or her name. I'll put in a space, and let's just kind of add one little extra character at the end. How about, and then 1 beep to save it. That was easy. Let's try it out. The good news here is that all of your macros are stored in EEPROM, so they'll always be there anytime you power Mr. Rags up. And of course, you can go in and edit and change them anytime you need. Before we wind this up, there's one more macro that I want to talk to you about. You remember, though, that when we want to send the CQ macro, we don't have to send 2 beeps and queue it up and send the letter C. Instead, we're able to just hit the function key once and it starts sending it. There's another macro that fits into that category, and that would be our Eventcq macro. Let's take a look at it. We go back to user settings, and there at the bottom, configure Eventcq. We can configure this macro same as all the others. We use this for like field day or a soda operation. I'm going to set this one up for the slow speed event that happens every Sunday night. I could have used a token here, but I didn't. We get the macro recorded, and then we save it with a single press. Now let's look at how we turn it on. We'll go back into user settings, configure Eventcq one more time, and look at item number 1. 1 beep will turn it on, and now 4 beeps to get out of this menu, 4 beeps to get out of the main menu. Now notice the exclamation mark after the letter CQ. This indicates that we're now in an Eventcq mode. As I'm sure you've already guessed, a single beep of the function key now sends our Eventcq instead of the regular hard macro CQ that we've been using all along. Press it again. Now, if you would like to make it go continuously, just touch the left paddle key. The blue LED comes on, and Mr. Eggs will send your CQ, pause for a few seconds, and start sending it again. As long as the blue LED is on, you're in repeating CQ mode. Press the left paddle again, the LED goes off, and the macro will finish and then no longer repeat. When a station comes back to you, press the right paddle and the macro will stop sending and you can make your contact. Coming up in the next and final episode in this series of videos on the EEPROM macro keyer, we're going to look at many of the optional features that you can turn on and off while you're actually having a QSO. Things that make it more enjoyable for you at both ends of the conversation. So I hope you'll stick around for that. Before we move on to the next video, I'd like to remind you that you too can build your own EEPROM macro keyer. It's a fun and easy kit to put together. It's all through-hole construction. You can do it in an evening. If you'd like to find out more about how to do that, point your phone at this QR code up here or click on the link below in the description. We'll see you soon. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.